Hey, what's going on, Forum? It's your boy Laz. Just kind of dropping in with another vlog. Nothing too crazy, just general happenings and what's going on and whatnot. Not too much has changed since my last video. Um, well, vlog, I guess. Me pandering around. So, one of the things which I know I've blogged about or posted on my blog is, I got that Legato game capturing card or, device thing. And obviously, it's not going to work with my current setup with the tablet and whatnot. It's all hardware limitations. And, I even did further testing this weekend to see if I can maybe find a workaround or something like that. And no, it's all hardware limitations. Um, so I know I haven't been tempted to buy a system that's capable of game capture. I know I really, really, really want to get into that, but um, it's more so justifying for the costs, more so than you know, hey, I don't have the money or nothing like that. I got money saved up. I could just, like I could buy a used PC or something that has the specs and maybe buy like a graphics card or like an all-in-one thing. Because really, I don't need anything beefy or specific or particular. Well, I mean, I do need a particular. Kind of sound like Donald Trump here. With the, I don't need anything particular. Well, actually, I do need some particular. Okay, great, good job, me. But yeah. So I know I've been finagling around with it because I really, really, really want to get into it. Like I said. So I think likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit that idea. Um, maybe within a month or so. I mean, really, it comes down to like if I get like 1.25 million likes on the Death Stranding and things. Death Stranding and things. On the Death Stranding, then yeah, which I mean, I'm kind of pretty close to right now. So, and it's like I said, it's just to reconsider. I mean, if I do reconsider and if it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, well, I mean, I'm not thinking about doing updates or upgrades or anything like that for like about 2 years. So it'd be a time for me not to do that, as well as for me getting the system that I do have set up currently with my tablet. I can't play my Steam library too, which isn't the end of the world, only because I'm more of a console kind of guy, and even for the few times when I am able to get on the Steam, it's far and few between, and I wouldn't say it's limited, but it's far and few between. Where that's why at the same time I'm in zero rush, to be honest. So I know that's something that's kind of in the works that I'm thinking about doing. Um, so another thing I'd like to share. Um, I guess some personal advice to anybody. Well, if you even want to call it personal advice. So I mean, for the place that I work at, they do offer paid time off and whatnot. And to an extent, there's maximums set up where it could be a use it or lose it. And, I just tried this, the past couple of weeks and whatnot. Technically, today's my last day off of doing that, which is one reason why I'm just kind of doing a vlog right now. So if there's a recommendation I give to anybody is if you just have paid time off, and you don't have anything planned, you just kind of want to burn it because you don't want to lose it. And look, I'll tell anybody, I used to be the kind of guy where if I did You know, well, I don't want to say if I did. So, the thing is I've always been a workaholic at heart. And the whole thing is that um, I really only took time off unless I absolutely wanted to, period. That's just how I was for the longest time. And, yeah, my mindset changed probably, you know, around maybe a little before after COVID and whatnot to, how I'm looking at paid time off and things like that. And look, besides me just kind of beating around the bush and whatnot, look, if it's benefit hours, use them. Just use them. They're provided by your company. Just use your benefit hours. You know, if you're one of those people like how I was before, was like, well, I don't feel like taking time off, and I can just work the hours, and then with me working the hours, I can get the overtime and whatnot. Well, cool. Keep that hustle going if you want, but the thing is in the end, then you could be losing out on benefit hours. And, for me, it only was getting on my nerves, especially around COVID, because, they did like a COVID pay thing or whatever, but it was depending upon how many hours you gave up. And that's when, it's like, hey, you lost like almost 400 hours. So that's kind of the story and drive behind, me just kind of indicating like, look, if you got paid time off, just use it. And I know there's been more than enough times, like even for myself, where it's like, well, I don't have anything planned. I don't know what the hell to do, but if I don't use it, I'll lose it. Or, if I don't use this much by this time, then things are going to start getting weird around a busy season or something like that, where, that's just it. So I came up with, well, what I like to call a brilliant idea. I'm pretty sure people have done before and whatnot. So if you're ever in one of those situations where, man, I got PTO to burn, but I have like nothing to do, and I don't want to take like a week off or back-to-back days or something like that. Take a week's worth of days off. So, like for me, for example, this past 5 Mondays I've taken off, and who can say no to 5 long weekends? Seriously, who would say no to 5 long weekends? And and I know some of you out there might be thinking like, well, Blaz, why not a Friday? Good point. And here's the thing with that. My personal reasoning for that. Let me say that. So, for Fridays, Friday is the moniker of it's the start of the weekend and yay, TGIF and all that other stuff, where you already have a lot of people either off or trying to get to the weekend as soon as possible. So, and I mean, and I've seen it at a lot of places. Everybody just has that mindset. Once when it's Friday, it's it comes down to, why am I here at fucking work? There's other things I could be doing, like starting my weekend sooner. And I get that. And I wouldn't say I'm much of a people person, but I would rather avoid people than anything else. So, for the longest time for myself, working Fridays, working late nights or early mornings or any time during a Friday, like I never have plans on a Friday. I just never do. And maybe it's mostly because of how my job is. But to be honest, that's nice. It's nice for me because when I do work on Friday, everybody's gone, nobody cares, or they'll give me hey, look, I need this done by whatever and whatnot. Okay, cool. So I can get all those tasks done, maybe work a little bit of a late Friday or a weird Friday or something like that. It's like I said, for somebody like myself, I don't have plans, so it doesn't hurt me either way, however the start of my weekend goes. But, you get all that done, where by Monday, well, it's a walk in the park for me. Okay, well then if I take that Monday off and already make it a walk in the park, that means I really won't have anybody contacting me, or don't have to check emails, don't have to do any of this other stuff, which is fantastic. So personally, for me, um, if you do have benefit hours like that at your job, which I really hope that you do, it's fantastic to have. It's always great to take a break from things, and or if an emergency comes up, or because I know each place of employment's different for benefit hours and whatnot. But I can tell you, if you ever run into that, because at least for some of the colleagues I work with, they run into that every now and then. It isn't too often. Usually people have things planned, or your unexpected things happen. You take a long chunk of time off or whatever to deal with things, or take a sabbatical, or whatever in the world you want to call it. So but I would recommend that to anybody, though. Just take a week's worth of days off. For me, Mondays are fantastic, just because of that's how I deal with, that's how my work life is and whatnot, as well as, once when it's Monday, everybody's ready to go back to work by Monday. So even if I have errands or things to do, I don't have to deal with half the crap that I would then during the weekend when everybody's out and trying to do things and have a good time and whatnot. So, it's like I said, I'm just, I don't mind talking to people and whatnot. It's never been a problem for me. But if I don't have to deal with people, I'll do everything in my power not to deal with people. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is, I guess you could say, the first official vlog, or second one, because I know I posted the intro one and whatnot. But it's like I said, just kind of a general update, and just kind of spouting whatever the hell's on my mind, and it's what's kind of on my mind. I know I'm going to try to do these, maybe not this format per se, but I know I'm going to try to have, or at least record, 2 vlogs a month if possible. But I know, it just depends with time constraints and things like that, and planning, because it's hard for me to keep up with a personal schedule for my job and whatnot. So yeah, so I mean, if you're running across this, man, I hope you enjoy it, and you have a nice rest of your day.